Listen up. You're tuning into the Entertainer Hotline podcast.
We keep it turned up.
With your host, Dbeatzz.
Okay.
Talk to him.
We got the money, I grow. We are tell them straight. I feel have the money in a me pocket. I'm more girl to the thing, them know how me like it. When man I touch the street fresh, every girl love it. 8 as a 8 and the 9, yeah, me nah left it. Yeah, I feel have the money in a me pocket. I'm more girl to the thing, them know how me like it. When man I touch the street fresh, every girl love it. 8 as a
Welcome to another vibey episode of the Entertainer Hotline, the podcast where we connect with the entertainers from the grind to the glory. Today, we're linking up with a true roots man, an artist who is keeping the reggae torch blazing all the way from New Zealand. He's a singer, he's a songwriter, a producer, and CEO of Bless Up Music. Give it up for the one and only Israel Starr. Boom!
Yeah.
Big up
Big
yourself,
up.
Israel Starr.
Up. I think that's one of the best intros I've ever had. Big up Dbeatzz.
Just give me a nice freestyle off of one of your track that send a message to let them know this is Israel Starr. So when they hear the name, they're going to remember that.
Spandiling boy. Boom, it's the one like Israel Starr. Big up Dbeatzz. Spandily dang, dang, hey. Boom.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. Yo, welcome, my brother. How you feeling, man? What's going on, man?
Yeah, it's good. It's Easter Monday here, so Sunday where you guys are, and it's we're coming out of winter and we're coming into autumn now. So it's a cold, rainy day here, but not too cold, but still enjoying the vibes.
Okay, that's what's up, Israel Starr. Yo, bless up again, Israel Starr. But let's take it from the top. What was life like growing up in New Zealand, and how did you first get introduced to the reggae music industry?
Yes, so I was born in the 12 tribes of Israel, the Rasta mentioned here. So I was born into roots music, whether I liked to, whether I wanted to escape it or not. I couldn't, My dad was in the 12 tribes. He actually started the first sound system here, Jah Love Music sound system, 12 tribes sound system, and then he toured all around the world as well. So I was just born into music, into Rasta and reggae my whole life, pretty much. So from there, my dad would pass me the mic, and there was Thursday nights was sound system practice at HQ in the 12 tribes of Israel. And those times I would go along to Dad's band practice or sound system practice, and just pass me the mic. So it's like I actually don't know anything different, bro. It's just natural. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So who were some of your early musical influence, both local and globally, that shape your sound?
So like locally, we've got a bunch of legends here in the Pacific and New Zealand. We've got people like Herbs, which is one of the first bands that did really well here in the Pacific, and then obviously my dad, Mighty Asterix, and then you've got people like Shefu, who's a legend here, and you got Chong Ni, and then a whole bunch of other ones in New Zealand. But I suppose overseas, kind of the Mount Rushmore for me, besides Bob, we'll put Bob on a different scale. You got Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Sugar Minor, and Mr. Big Ship himself as well, Freddie McGregor. So those are my top ones. But then, you got Johnny Osborne, and so it goes deep. So I grew up in sound system culture, so I've listened to records my whole life, from rocksteady to all of it. So, I think I've got a wide range or wide variety of tastes, from foundation artists to dancehall artists. But those foundation artists are probably my top inspirations. Yeah.
True. Because reggae is deeply rooted in the culture and message. How do you balance that message while also keeping your music fresh for today's generation?
Yes, so in Aotearoa here in New Zealand, I think up until 94, 95, New Zealand was the largest importer of reggae records in the world per capita. So reggae's huge here. it's the number one genre here. So all our biggest bands that exist today in Aotearoa, New Zealand, are all reggae bands. You know, they do stadiums. So there's quite a disconnect between Pacific reggae and other reggae genres. You know, your West Coast reggae, then even Jamaican reggae and European reggae. It's like this Pacific reggae has its own beast or entity in its own right. And I suppose, you know, obviously when Bob came here in what 1979 or 1980, he came here, and that was a springboard for a lot of stuff. So the 12 Tribes was around, I think, that same year. And so reggae's been around for a long time, and I think the message and the struggle, it's the same as what a lot of other indigenous cultures have uh, kind of been through. And the same with us, our indigenous Māori people here, you know, we went through the exact same struggles. So we were able to identify with roots music and with Jamaican culture and Jamaican people and Rasta people more specifically too, all around the world. And so we were able to kind of take that on, and now we've used that as our flag to carry on our message in this day and time.
True, 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 true. So your sound feels authentic, but still modern. Walk us through your creative process from the beat to the bars to the final mix. Walk us through that.
Jeez, that's a hard one because there's no kind of set process that I do. I don't start this in every single one. I like to collaborate a lot, so I get a lot of different artists and a lot of different musicians in the studio, and then kind of just I have a studio just like 10 meters from me, just right there, and I'll set it up as a space that there's no rules, there's no guidelines, it's just however that person is able to feel their energy flow, however they work. I think as a producer and as an artist, I've been able to be flexible enough to be able to go with their vibe for the time being, and then after the session's done, and then I can come back and go, okay, I'm gonna take this bass line here, or there might have just been a little riff here. But a lot of times I say maybe 50 to 60% of the time, I'll actually start off with the drums and the tempo. I'm like, man, I really like the tempo of things, because I learned real young that tempo really does matter a lot. So I'll get some real fat drums, and if I'm looking for a one drop, or it could be any type of drums, and then after that I'll dig deep in the crates. I'll go through the record collection and kind of look for inspiration that way. And then vocally, I'll kind of I make the rhythm first, and then I freestyle over the track, 4 or 5 times, and then go through and pick out different things, and that might be a hook, and there's a verse there. So I think that's the way a lot of people work nowadays, is just put the rhythm on, or make the rhythm, have it done or half finished, and then we'll go through and just freestyle over the track. So I don't do it the other way, whereas I know a lot of singer-songwriters, they'll come up with the melody first and then create the rhythm around the melody. I do it differently. The more traditional Jamaican style is that way, yeah.
Okay. Just by you saying that, you have collaborated with a wide range of artists. What's some of the collaboration that really challenged or inspired your creativity?
All of them have their own special thing. I suppose for me, my most proud moment, I would say, and this is just for me, because this artist, after that Mount Rushmore that I said, the foundation artist, I put this artist right up there, and that's Luciano for me. So my dad's opened for Luciano. My dad's been there, he's been probably, other than Dennis Brown, Luciano was played in my household the most out of any artist ever. From mum and dad, my aunties and uncles, and he's been here a couple times to Aotearoa, New Zealand. So Luciano was like an uncle. He felt like an uncle to me. My aunties collaborated with him as well. So when I got him on the track, I specifically wrote the track with him in mind, and I actually wrote his parts as well. I wrote his verse. Yeah, I wrote his verse, and I presented it to him, and I said, you can use it or not. He didn't use it. I was like, I was like, I've written a verse, but you don't have to. It's just there if you want it. But here's the free verse anyway, and I sent it to him with the free verse on it. But the way I wrote it, I put his name in it, and I actually asked him a question in my verse, and then he was able to respond to that question on the second half of the second verse as well. So that was really cool being able to do that, and I think I put a lot of my Māori culture in there, which can sometimes be at odds with Rasta culture as well. But if you dig deep enough, it aligns. And so I was able to talk about some things with in the song, like calling out to ancestors and spirituality and stuff like that. There may be some Rasta don't fully identify with, but he was able to come to the table and actually see what I was trying to do, or see what I was trying to say. So
Sure.
for me, Luciano, that was my favorite. And like, if I never make a song again and I die tomorrow, I'm happy. I'm like, bro, I made a song with Luciano. Like, I'm done, bro. Like, that's
you did
my
a track with the messenger, you know.
the messenger. Exactly.
So they must get it. They have to receive it.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
Okay. So which of your track do you feel best represent who Israel Starr is as an artist, and why?
Oh, jeez, good question. I've never been asked that before. I mean, the easy answer is all of them are a little bit of me and different parts of me. But I guess, I think, I think every artist has to figure out where they kind of sit in the realm and what their kind of image is, or what the music they produce is, and kind of stay in their lane or figure out what their lane is. And I suppose for me, if I'm thinking ideologically, I'd like to be in this lane of peace, love, and unity, resistance music, and making music like that. So it's kind of like major key music, but with a message, So it doesn't have to be minor key, militant stuff all the time. It can be on the light side of things. Because I think over here in the Pacific, we like, I think other artists have come over here and say, when you guys say one love or we sing one love, you actually get it. And when they said that, I was like, okay, one love. Like, a lot of other places don't kind of get it, but I think we strive over here to live in unity and live off the land and live with our people. So I think having the message in positive, uplifting music, I think I've been able to use that lane as something that has stayed consistent throughout my career. From Long White Cloud, I put heavy messages in there, but it's an upbeat kind of happy song. And then to like Rubber Dub, to Rewind, and to all my most popular songs are actually all like major key songs with a message in it. So I guess for me, that's probably. But again, like, the easy answer is all of them are a little bit of me as well. So yeah.
So tell us about that connection now with you and Nico Rebel.
Yeah, so funny thing, the bro was so this is going back 2017 or 16, 15, and one of my brethren, he's a DJ. He actually works at Serato, and he's one of the heads at Serato Music, and he just happened to be a reggae DJ or a roots DJ, and so he knew my dad from way back. So he just sent me a bunch of rhythms. Like the latest rhythms that were coming out, and then there was this rhythm that he sent me, and it had a whole bunch of artists on it, and he just happened to have the instrumental too. I was like, oh sweet, I love this one. So anyway, jumped on it, got a few of the bridges on it, and then I sent it to the bro. I think I just messaged him. This is going back, how did we message? Because Instagram wasn't really popping back then. It might have been Facebook. Yeah, bro, this is going back that far. Or might have even been email, actually. It might have even been email. And so I found out who the brethren was and who's the producer, and blah, blah, blah. And then and from day one, he was always a really choice brethren to link with. He was always really forward and really he would come to the table with a good energy, that I like to do business with and or collaborate with. So we ended up doing a whole bunch of other songs as well. I think I actually haven't told him just on the subject, but he's got a track on the album that Long White Cloud was on, but then there's another track that he did on that same album but the whole album just went platinum last month as well. So I actually owe him another platinum record.
Oh
Yeah,
my God!
yeah,
So it's double.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
bro.
not a double whopper, but it's a double platinum.
Yeah, double platinum. Yeah, yeah. So Long White Cloud is actually double platinum. The whole album that it was on is platinum as well. Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
listen,
bro.
Nico
Yeah,
is my brother, man.
yeah.
Nico
Big
is
up
my
Nico.
brother,
Big up
bro.
Nico.
And then
Good
now
Richard.
I just run into another brother. That's how the musical family is growing, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Now
what
he's
I
a good
mean?
bridger, and hopefully we can do more stuff. And he's done so much other stuff too, and I love what he's doing with his. He's jumping on the mic now, and he's his own artist too. So that's really cool to see as well.
Very
Yeah.
creative, very creative, you know?
Mm.
Major move, major moves. With that being said, you're not just an artist, you're also running your own label, Bless Up Music. What inspired you to start it?
I think Bless Up Music. So that's been around since 2014, and I actually started it just because other entities or other record labels wouldn't give me a chance. They wouldn't give me a chance. So I was kind of like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. And so what I did is 4 years, I studied the game inside and out and how everything kind of works. And I kind of looked at it as an apprenticeship, 4 years apprenticeship. And so and I studied the game, and I was like, okay, boom, I can start my label. So now I know how distribution works, I know how management works, I know how touring works, I know how the whole other things. And at the time I had and still to this day, I had a bunch of brethren and sisters within the music industry that kind of were in the same boat as me and didn't have anywhere to go, and were like, how do we navigate this industry, and what are we doing? So I was like, well, I'll start a label. Boom, jump on, and we'll go together. And that's what it was, And so now, majority of those artists that started on my label, I actually set them up with their own labels as well, And so it was, I was teaching them how to fish.
Sure.
And so they're now, and they're even bigger than me. Like Lion Rez, he's like huge. He's massive, and other artists as well. So I think starting that was out of necessity more than anything.
Okay. So New Zealand has a strong Pacific influence. Do you incorporate that into your music, and if so, how?
Yeah, I think it's the messages that are in it. That's probably the simple way to put it, and whatever's going on in our region of the earth. Putting those kind of messages in there and what we're dealing with. I think also the music, we have a few instruments around here these ways, maybe like ukulele and certain types of guitar and stuff like that. So the music is actually like that too. But I'd say for the most part, it's I've growing up, I used to play rugby league, and my coach told me it's what you do off the field that matters as much as what you do on the field. And so I think us as a community here, what we do when we're off stage, we're actually quite tight, and we all kind of know each other, from the big guys to the small guys, and we have created an ecosystem amongst all of us that has helped us all as a people as well. So I think that makes a big difference. But the music specifically, I mean, reggae is reggae, and roots has always been roots. It's a fat bass line, it's a one drop and a chuck. So we're still trying to do our best to mimic what you guys have done, or what Jamaica has done, and what we still give it up for you guys as the best of the best, for forever and ever. So we just sprinkled our little flavor on it. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the reggae scene like in New Zealand? Are there more youths tuning into the roots and message these days?
Yeah, I think it's half and half. It's half and half, definitely. It's because it's so big here, the commercial success of it means that you're gonna have people that are at the top that aren't quite it's music that maybe doesn't have so much of a message in it. But then on the flip side of it, I think the number one song in the last 2 years were both Rasta songs. You know, they were both music with message in it. So it's definitely it's in a comfortable and a nice place where whatever if you're looking to be fed and you want some sustenance within your in your music, you can find that in Aotearoa quite easily, and it's quite popular. And if you just want to lay on the beach and have background music, you can find that as well.
Okay, okay. And where do you see your sound fitting in that movement?
Yeah, it's like right down the middle way. It's like right, yeah, right. Because again, like I was saying, you know, there was 4 years there where I had to figure out the game. So for me, how I've always done it, and it might even be a detriment to myself, I do the 1-2 punch. I do one for me, and I do one for you. One for me, one for you. So I'll release like a lovers song, lovers rock song, and do big, and then I'll release like a militant one, like, you know, with a fat bass line, like real slow BPM, and then I'll come back with this one. So I'm constantly like this. So I think I at heart, or what I really want to do is make, you know, message musical stuff like that. Just because that's the way I was brought up, but I understand the game as well, and I understand how it works and what you have to do to be able to, you know, feed your family and feed those around you. So I think I've been able to walk with one foot in both lanes, which is actually one lane anyway, quite easily. And I think most artists in New Zealand actually do that. Like even our biggest band right now is probably LAB, and they just do stadiums all around Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii. Like 40,000, and like two of their last 4 songs were conscious songs, you know, talking about the land and spirit and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I think there's the bird is flying quite nicely here in New Zealand.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, question: if you could open for any reggae legend, past or present, who would it be?
Yeah, my favorite singer of all time is Dennis Brown, DB, of course. Yeah, it's number one for me. And Bob, you know, so those two. So yeah, definitely that just to hang out with them, just to know them. I think watching Dennis Brown interviews, he was seemed a little bit more approachable than Bob. So I'd like to hang out with Dennis Brown. But in modern times, someone that's still alive today, who actually just passed away, was Coco T. Rest in peace. I always wanted to. He's one of my top foundation artists as well. I would have loved to work with him.
Yeah. Max Romeo passed away too recently.
I saw that. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
That's another one right there, man.
Yeah, I think, bro, I'm gonna. When Coco T passed away, I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to come over there to work with the legend. I'm just gonna spend like a whole month in Jamaica and you know, South Florida and wherever majority of these foundation legends live, and I'm just gonna like force myself in, and it's like, here's a mic, here's some money, like just because I want to work with these guys before they pass away. You know, it's like, that's what means the most to me. I'm not too fussed about new artists, and I like foundation artists. That's how I was brought up, you know, so I always collaborating with them all the time. So I've done like links with, you know, Johnny Osborne. I've done Deppy Ranks, some new artists, and Luton File, another one. But I tell you what, Brett, I actually haven't told anyway. I'll give you an exclusive. I've got a song that's just gone off to master. Well, it's probably go off today or tomorrow, but it's ready to master. But I've got a song with Cedric Martin from the Congos coming as well.
Yeah, man, that's fire. That is fire, bro. That is fire, my brother. And being the fact that that's the fire, you know, once if you know about the Entertainer Hotline, whenever you come on here, is either quick fire or freestyle. So right now, we're going to hit them with some quick fire round. This is the quick fire round. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you just shoot.
Sweet.
You ready?
Ready.
Studio or stage?
Studio. Studio.
Dub or dancehall?
Dub.
Okay. Favorite island food?
Island food, like Jamaican food? Or
any one of the island?
Well, yeah, anyone. When we say islands, we mean our islands. But your guys' island, you mean Caribbean islands?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, the easy answer is definitely the jerk chicken, because we can get that over here as well. Yeah,
All right, all right. Vinyl or digital?
vinyl, definitely.
Okay. Roots or modern fusion?
Roots.
Definitely. All right, all
Yeah.
right, all right. That's what's up, man. What projects are you currently working on? Any upcoming single, album, or shows the fans should watch out for?
Yeah, bro, we're doing 3 shows in Australia next month. End of this month, sorry. So about yeah, late next month. So about 6 weeks time. We just announced those last week. So if you're in Australia and you're listening to this, make sure to get along to those. We've got a new single dropping next month as well with a wahine called Cyan. Beautiful, beautiful love song, lovers rock type vibe, but modern. Um, and then a whole album dropping later on in the year as well with singles like the one with Cedric Martin on it and a few other features as well. And then a few vinyl dropping too. So, yeah, plenty more music to come, more shows. And we've got a video clip with my dad, the Mighty Asterix, covering Dennis Brown rhythm that's dropping in 2 months as well. So yeah, more to come. More, it's just constant.
Okay, okay, okay. That's what's up. And let the fans know where they can find your music and stream it. You know what I mean? Let them know where they can find Israel Starr.
Best place to go if you don't have Spotify, go to YouTube because we get paid the most from YouTube. We get paid the most. The percentages are the most on YouTube. Well, it's actually like Tidal and other places, but a lot of people don't use Pandora or Tidal. But
Yeah.
Spotify gives us the least amount of percentage, but the most
Plus
amount
YouTube,
of plays.
they'll be
you
able
know?
to see you and hear
It
you at the
gets-
same time.
Exactly.
It's 2 for 1.
And it's free. And it's free. So yeah, you can find,
Sure.
just type in Israel Starr, it'll come up, whatever platform you have, it's there. So yes, I go stream
Okay.
it up, please. And I appreciate it because every stream, every listen, every follow, every like actually helps me do this full time and helps me feed my family. So give thanks.
True. And for young artists in New Zealand or across the world trying to walk a similar path, what advice would you drop on them?
Start as early as you can, make as many mistakes as you can before your 30s, even after that too. And I think keep going back to what you fell in love with when you first came into the music industry. So for a lot of rappers, they first fell in love with being a rapper because they were in a cypher for 8 hours. Or for a lot of people that love to sing and play guitar, it's because they grew up with their family in the garage, having a few drinks and the guitar. So as you progress up the ladder in the industry, keep coming back to why you fell in love with music, and that'll constantly refresh you as you go up. That's what somebody told me, and I've stuck to that, and it's helped me stay grounded as we go up as well. So
True. Well, massive. Big respect to Israel Starr for blessing the hotline. Make sure you go stream his music. Go listen to it on YouTube, as I'm telling you, because YouTube is where it's at. Still go ahead and follow wherever you can find him on Instagram. That's Israel Starr. Bless up for the support. Real Reggae Worldwide. Until next time, stay up, stay tuned, and always from the grind to the glory. Boom. Dbeatzz, Entertainer Hotline, Israel Starr. We out.
bless up, it's the one like Israel Starr representing for the Entertainer Hotline podcast. Big up Dbeatzz. Make sure to go check it out. Boom. Give thanks. Bless up, it's the one like Israel Starr representing for the Entertainer Hotline podcast. Big up the one like Dbeatzz. Make sure to go stream, listen, and follow. Big up.